Hey, what is up, guys? It's Chris and Dan Sports here. I'm Chris.
It's Chris and Dan Talk Sports.
Ah, damn it. I'm gonna try it again. Chris and Dan talk sports, right? Hey, what is up, guys? It's Chris and Dan talk sports. I'm Chris.
And I'm Dan.
And we're gonna be bringing you the Ravens schedule for 2023 this year, right after this.
Yeah, like Chris was saying, we got the Ravens schedule pulled up, and we're a week after the schedule for the NFL 2023 season was released, and everyone made their memes and videos about it. And apparently the Chargers put out a really fun one. I haven't watched any of them. I just literally just my attention span's so like non-existent. I just pulled up the schedule. I wasn't trying to watch a 5-minute video.
That's fair. I've been hyper focused on the Ravens one. I watched their video. Lamar was presenting it. It was actually pretty decent.
Mhm.
If the Chargers one's any way like it was last year, it's probably the best one. But also as an anime
That's
fan, that
that's what I've
biased.
heard. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna try to make this not a super long one today, everyone. Basically, we're just kind of going to go through here. We're gonna do this again for Washington as well, but we're gonna just go game by game. We're gonna keep tally and see what we think the final prediction will be. This is just our preliminary season predictions for the Ravens. Do you want to? So, I mean, the preseason obviously it doesn't really matter, but I think it's interesting that we're doing the Eagles and the Commanders and the Bucks again, and we're the champions of the preseason.
Yeah, that's actually going to be my prediction. I look for the Ravens to go 2-1. I actually look for them to have their first loss in a while.
That'd be interesting. I could see losing to the Eagles. It'd be interesting. I really don't care, but if the Commanders lost, I really wish it was at M&T Bank because FedEx Field is such a pain in the butt to get to. I don't know about the Bucks. I mean Baker Mayfield. I don't know if they're going to start him or not during the preseason.
Yeah, they probably will start them during the preseason at least for a game. But I think by the time it gets to August 26th, it'll probably be whoever their backup is. So
Gotcha. So okay, it goes left, right, left, right. So
okay,
Texans against the Ravens in Baltimore, game one. I hate to be overly optimistic here, but I'm calling this a W.
as a Ravens fan over the last couple years, a lot of fans probably know this. Ravens are week one champions usually. They dominate teams. They come right
Mm-hmm.
out the gate. They're ready to go. As long as there's no injuries or anything like that, they really come in. And Texans are a young team. I hope that we don't overlook them because they are decent in certain areas. Ravens should probably at least put up 24 in the first half on them, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a 24-10, 24-14, something like that game. I agree. We beat the heck out of the Jets during the first week of last season. And I remember we played Miami. We really beat them. It was Lamar's MVP season, right?
Yep. It was his coming out
Definitely
game when he first was getting introduced to the scene, and he had a heck of a game.
for sure. But again, what you said, don't play down to your opponent. So who knows? Because they got Will Anderson.
They do. I could 100% see this game being 36-14. I think they get a touchdown with their quarterback twice, but I think he throws a couple interceptions getting used to the new defenses for the NFL.
Yeah, but also like their new head coach is a defensive coach from San Francisco. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, week two at the Bengals. This is one it's kind of a toss up, but you know me, I like to give an even split to the division rivals.
Yep, I'm the same way.
I think I'm giving home field advantage here to the Bengals.
Yeah. Based off the points that the Ravens I think the Ravens are going to be a team that puts up close to 28 points per game. So I mean 27-28 the Bengals.
I was thinking more like 21-28 Bengals, maybe
Ooh,
even
by a touchdown. I could see that.
21-31. I don't know. We could see. Let's also remember that this is like the first couple weeks of the season. There's going to be a lot of
Surprises.
surprises. There's going to be rust being shaken off. There's going to be gears finally turning. So it could be either way, but we'll see. And then week three against the Colts. What do you? Yeah, they're playing in Baltimore. What do you think?
If it was at Colts Stadium, I think that they would actually kind of have a closer game. I actually think the Colts are a better team than the Texans currently. I don't think they're a good team, but I think they're a better team than the Texans. I think the Ravens beat them pretty decently.
Yeah, for a second there, it sounded to me like you thought the Colts were going to win, but I'm just like they got Anthony Richardson, and I don't even know if he's going to be playing week one. Kind of what I think your Urinating Tree said too is like if you expect him to be great week one, it's not going to work out. They really
Yeah.
need to let him sit behind some other people. Like, play him in the preseason, but definitely he needs to sit behind like a more experienced guy, which I think they still have Nick Foles, or they also have Gardner Minshew.
Oh, I actually don't know where Gardner Minshew is.
Well, either way,
He's
I think
somewhere.
we agree that this is going to the Ravens. We're at 2-1 right now.
Yep, 2-1. I do like the fact that we're going back and forth between AFC South, AFC North, AFC South, AFC North, and then it goes AFC North again, then back to AFC South. I like that because it knocks out a big chunk of our AFC games right off the rip in the beginning of the season. And that's when the Ravens are the hottest. Those games matter the most. I think it's going to make a big difference. And with that being said, Cleveland, get ready for this L because I am not splitting with Cleveland this year. I
Okay.
am hoping that Baltimore walks into Cleveland Stadium and just dominates them. I think it'll be a closer game than most think. I feel bad for saying this. I don't want it to be true. I think Deshaun Watson's going to have a bounce back year. I think he's going to be pretty decent this year. And the Browns are not a bad team.
I thought you were going to be heated talking about this game, and I was not disappointed.
The Browns are not going to be a bad team. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I hope so. It'd be amazing. But I think it's going to be kind of like I was saying with the Ravens and Bengals, a 28-27 game. The Ravens should dominate the Browns just based off of, I'm trying to think the best word, the mesh that they
Well,
have as a team that they've worked together.
I think the offense, if it works, it's going to really dominate them. Like their defense is good, but I think our offense is better.
That's
And
that's my mindset.
I'm thinking maybe not a 1 point game. I'm thinking maybe like 24-28, 24-20, something like that. Maybe.
24-27 went off the foot of Justin Tucker.
Yeah, no, I could see Justin Tucker coming through here. I mean, it is early October, so it's still kind of nice out, and Cleveland is not a really nice city to be in when it's cold. But then we got our first Steelers game, and this I don't know because Kenny Pickett is good. He's going to get better. I just don't know if he's going to be enough at this point to win against us, which we spread evenly with them last year. I honestly forget.
We split even with them in 2021 and 2022, I do believe.
No, I'm pretty sure
They
21 they
swept
beat.
us.
Pretty sure they swept us in
Oh,
21.
yeah, you know what they did? They did sweep us in 21. I think they also swept us in 20.
I think
I
you're right.
honestly could see the Steelers beating us here just based off of coaching because I think Mike Tomlin's a really good coach.
This is like to me going to be a 1 point game, like a one
Yeah,
score game.
yeah, no, I 100% agree. And I don't think it's because their offense is good. I think it's because they're going to get the ball. They're going to make plays on defense because they're a good defensive team. They're going to make a difference there with TJ Watt. But really, it's going to be how the reaction of the offense is with Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers. I have insanely way too high of standards of what I think this team is going to come out and show based off of Lamar's MVP season with what he had talent wise there. I think this could be a close game because it's in Pittsburgh. I want to say Pittsburgh beats us.
I'm giving the sliders to Pittsburgh there. I agree with everything you just said. I think it's really going to be kind of by the skin of our teeth. But yes, I agree.
3-2 so far based off the record.
Now the Titans, that's going to be in London. So I'll actually think when I wake up, I'll be able to turn on football. That is one where I expect, I mean, it could be a surprise. And also, one thing I want to mention too, we're not counting in like, if there's any injuries in the preseason, which, knock on wood, hoping that doesn't happen.
Knocked on my entire desk. My computer monitor shook and everything.
Right. If we're healthy, I could see us sweeping the Titans pretty good.
And let's be honest about that. To this point, there's not a team I've seen that I'm like, oh, the Ravens can't beat that team. The Ravens can be undefeated coming to this point right here. I will say this. I have a fear of them going to London to play the Titans because of what happened against Jacksonville in that game when we got walked. The nicest way to say that. We got walked by the Jaguars.
That's
I
something that concerns me too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Oh no, you're good.
if we stack up points against the Texans and the Colts or something and don't hold on to them leads, I'm concerned about that.
I'm hoping with the new offensive coordinator that we're not Todd Munkin, I think is how you
Yeah.
say his name again. I think he'll make sure we don't do that. I'm
Okay.
really, really hoping the first game's going to be a tell-all because if we get up against the Texans by multiple scores, I don't want to see us take the foot off the pedal. I want to see them still
Absolutely.
continue and not even show their like really good plays. Just go in like
Hmm.
you start using the running backs more, start
Yeah.
running the ball a lot more. It's just kind of interesting to see what they could do there. In all honesty, though, the Titans should get walked by the Ravens based off of
Yeah, I'm
talent.
not too concerned about that. But next week, I'm a little concerned.
I actually agree with you on this. So let's say the Ravens beat the Titans here. I kind of think that's what's going to
Yeah, yeah,
happen
yeah. I
there.
think we're
They don't
looking
really
at like
have
what 4-2 at this point. Is that what we're
four and
looking at?
two.
Yeah,
I, as a realistic fan, am willing to say I could see us losing to the Lions. We almost lost to them without Justin Tucker.
that is a really good point. I'm think it's going to be a real close game. Maybe a field goal is going to decide this. Maybe a touchdown, but I'm going to give us the slight edge because it's a home game.
I think if it was in Detroit, I'd go with Detroit. So
Absolutely.
I agree. So the Ravens are
We're
seven
saying
and
5-2 right now. Yeah,
five and
5-2.
two, 5-2.
I think the Cardinals is going to be a pretty easy win.
I actually do agree with that. I'll
Yeah,
be
so
arrogant about that. And if I
let's
have to
not
come
even
back, yeah, yeah.
we're not even Seahawks concern me. I mean, it's in Baltimore again, but I could see that being a loss depending on how well
That's
they're
kind of
playing
the
at that
issue.
point.
Some of these good teams that they go against, I could see the Ravens just going in there and playing them like up to the last moment and getting the win. But just to be realistic, and I think they're going to have one more loss during this time. I think we say Seattle beats the Ravens here.
I agree. Yeah, they got really really good picks in the draft, and Geno
They're
Smith's
loaded at
improved.
skill
They
positions too.
Yeah, so okay, where are we at? We're at 5-3. Browns, I'm not going to debate you there. I think we sweep them.
I think we sweep them this year.
Cool.
I
So
100% agree.
6-3. Bengals, because I might actually be at this game, but
Ooh,
yeah, I could see it where we pull this off. It's again, I'm kind of giving us an even spread with Cincinnati here.
that's what I'm doing as well. I want to say that it's going to go 1-1 because the Bengals play us really well. And I can't remember who I was watching. I think it was his name's Engraven on YouTube. Highly recommend him. He's a Raven YouTuber. He was talking about how the Bengals Ravens game is going to be the trash talk game. I mean, that's those teams talk the
Oh yeah,
most garbage to each other.
I don't trash talk. I don't, but I guarantee there's going to be a lot of trash talking. Like even
Oh
like
yeah.
last time I went to a game, it was against the Panthers. I was sitting next to a Panthers fan. I was friendly. It was fine, no issues. I remember one of the games, I think it was against Green Bay I went to, and there was a really drunk Ravens fan in front of us, and it was really obnoxious. I'm like, I'm not with him.
Dude,
But
that's how I feel about going sometimes. And I'm just gonna say this because I've been to the games before as well. I apologize on behalf of Ravens fans because some of them are snobby as I'll get out. I mean, they are
yeah,
ridiculous.
we don't need to. We're not with them. But Chargers, I really I don't know.
Primetime game 2 times in a row.
I mean, they made
I
the playoffs, but
think it'll be a good game.
I agree. Oh, this is like, is it Black Friday or is that Thanksgiving? It's one of the two. I think it's Black Friday.
Sick.
Uh, I, I don't know. It's kind of a coin flip. I feel like the Chargers can be a good team, but I don't know. Do we want to give the Ravens another W here?
I think we give the Ravens another W here.
All right. So what are we at now? It's
9-3.
9-3. Okay. Rams, unless they completely just do a 360 on what they were looking at, they lost Jalen Ramsey. I don't know about Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald's. I mean, he's good still, obviously. He's the highest paid position or player at his position. I don't know.
But he doesn't do much against the Ravens. Anytime I've watched an LA Rams game, they've against the Ravens, they've always played Aaron Donald well where he doesn't make that much noise.
They beat us the last time they played us, and it was in Baltimore. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
they did, but they usually keep Aaron Donald in check. But I think by this time we had already started self imploding, right?
Yeah.
Injuries had already started piling
Yeah,
up.
that was like it wasn't last year, it was the year before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think that's when our running backs got injured.
Yeah, that was like our injury year for sure.
I think the
Let's
Ravens beat the Rams here,
I'm down with that. So what are we at? 10-3?
10-3.
Okay, the Jags, that's gonna be a spicy one too. Man, we have like 3 primetime games in the span of 4 weeks.
I actually think the Ravens lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's in Jacksonville. I'll be fair. Yeah, we're looking at what are we at? 10-4 now, 11-4?
Yeah. I think Jacksonville is going to be a good team this upcoming year. They were up and coming squad last year. I predicted that. Predicted most of their games right too when it came to actually picking out who I thought was going to win. Which stay tuned. We are going to have some of that coming up here soon as well.
Oh, we're totally doing that when the season starts.
Yeah.
Anyway, 49ers, if they play as well as they did last year, I don't know. I look to them to be one of the teams that regresses this year, if I'm being honest with you. I
I'm
could see
interested in
Seattle.
that.
Yeah, I could see Seattle taking that division.
I could definitely see Seattle taking the division. 49ers, I think, are going to be a good squad. I agree with you. Actually, the more I think about it, that they are going to regress because they're going to have a weird quarterback situation to start off. And I think the Ravens are going to well, not upset, but they're going to upset some 49ers fans on Christmas.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a Christmas present. Dolphins. Oh, that's a big old
Yeah, it
question mark.
is.
I could see us losing that one. I could see
I
it. They beat us last year, and they came back and beat us. And if Tua is healthy, it's kind of game over for that one.
Yeah, they have Jalen Ramsey. They have a good secondary just in general, not just Jalen Ramsey.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be fair. I can't like just
You
let
know,
the
let's give us the L on that one.
gotta
Steelers,
go.
Ravens.
Gotta unless I don't think they're sweeping us.
I don't think they're
So
sweeping us this year either. I think Ravens are going to stomp them out. End of the season. Maybe we'll get lucky. If the Ravens lose this game, it better be because Tyler Huntley's in there as a backup quarterback
because we already locked
because we've
up a
already
draft
locked the
spot or
division. Yep.
yeah, we locked up either division or we locked up the a postseason berth. So
Yep. That's what I'm hoping for at that time.
we're saying what,
Dolphins,
12-5?
Ravens is going to be an interesting game, though, mainly because of there's going to be playoff implications there. I have a feeling. So,
Absolutely. Well,
yeah,
so
12 and
what
5.
12-5? That's yeah, I think, some games that could flip. I think potentially the Bengals could sweep us, make it 11-4, or excuse me, 11-6. We could lose to the Lions, make it 10-7. We could lose to the Chargers, make it 10 and yeah, that would be no 9-8. Yeah. I think on the low end 9-8. That's if we don't
Ooh.
completely implode. But what do
I
you
think the
all think?
Ravens could also go undefeated.
I am hoping, but I'm not betting money on it.
Oh,
But
I'm not either,
yeah.
but oh my goodness, it's possible with this schedule. It's a good schedule. It's some really good games on here. But like Dan said, what do you guys think in the comments? Make sure to let us know and tell us what your team's going to do. Maybe we'll go over them the next couple weeks and
Hmm.
figure out what we think they're going to do.
Yeah. So drop a like on this video, subscribe if you'd like to, and we'll see you for another video here soon. All
See
right.
you guys.